Hello dear students, now we are going to see how we can explore the use of a packet tracer as a simulation software that will help to deal or to know how the computer network devices can work in a real way. So just the first step is to open a packet tracer. You can click on search and then you write packet tracer. Now you see that it's coming, then you click on it, you wait a little while until it will be opened. Let us wait. Now it is loading. Okay. Okay, now you see that the environment is still loading. The Cisco Packet Tracer, it's a software that helps us to see the simulation of how a network is created, how some network component devices are used. So now we can just we can open it again. I'm sorry, I was just closing some apps. Okay, let us wait a while. Okay, you can configure your own network. Okay, so now as you have it already, you can just click on skill of all. Here you are just opening through a browser. So let us cross because I have it. Okay, so now it is already here. It's now opened. Go back. Okay, here we need to put the credentials. I think the CP can help you. Yes, there is an email that I sent to you. We can use it to log in. So email created just will help us to log in. The password that I gave you, it's a allobas or dot 2223 underscore R capital research. Okay, if I'm not wrong, you can use this one. Yes, let me use not working. Okay, I provided long email. Yes, let me put correct email. I was just longly writing the domain name 2023 underscore capital for research. Okay, okay, now it is passing. Good. You see that in front of us we have a working space of this system. So let us explore and then we'll start working or creating the simple network until you get the knowledge to a complex network. So the first of all, you see at the top we have where written Cisco Packet Tracer. It's the name of this simulation software. We have a menu we have a file. If you click on file, you have a way to create a new to open it, to see the sample. Just you go on save as to save and so on. As we know, for edit there is copy paste and so on. There is a view here. You can zoom, can have a toolbars and so on. Okay, as you are familiar with different interfaces, it will be easy for you. So now let's go down at the bottom. It is where we have what we call many tools. These tools will have the connecting devices, as you have already learned. For example, if you want a network devices, just you click on these. Once you click on network devices, you'll have different types of routers. Okay, as I told you, that router is used to connect different networks. Under these network devices, you see that near to the router we have a switches, and I think all of you know the role of switch. Switch can be used to connect the LAN, local area network. Switch also can be used to connect segment, but we know that the segment of network should be better to use hubs. Okay, without wasting the devices. If you have to choose a switch, you click here. You can choose different types of switch. Here we have bridge. As you know that bridge is used to extend. For example, if you want to extend the network because of long distance, you can use a bridge. We have different types of bridges and switches. Okay, if you click on hub, you see we have a hub, we have a repeater. Near to the hub, we have a wireless devices in which you may have different types of network devices. Okay, so connecting devices. For security here, we may have this different firewall, and we may have one emulation. So next to the network devices, we may find end devices. It means computers, laptops, smartphones, tablet, and so on. Near to that one, you may have cable. This cable, you know, that's a medium, or they used it to make a connection between all those two devices. And remember that we are in Ethernet, so there is cables that are popular and mostly used. Those are the copper straight through and a crossover. So we know when we use straight through and when we use the copper crossover. So without delaying, sorry, here there is another point where it is written Rio and simulation. The time we'll be running our networks, will be clicking on simulation. Okay, without delaying, let us take an example or an example. Just we can see how we can connect to make a peer-to-peer connection. We need to know also where to find, as I told you, that you can click on end devices. Let us click on this PC. You click on it simply, and then you click here. You click again to get another device here. Okay, you see that we have two pieces. With these two pieces, we are going to make a connection between these two pieces. So we need to have a cable. Remember that, as I told you, that if you are going to connect the two different kinds of devices, we'll be using Ethernet straight through. Ethernet straight through. If you are going to connect two same kinds of devices will use a crossover cable. So now for us, these two pieces are the same kind. We are going to use a crossover cable. So you come here, then you click on crossover. You come here, you click on this device. We have different port, but for us we need it is fast Ethernet because we want to make a connection or network. Click on it, then you come on this one, also click on fast Ethernet. As you see, we have these pieces connected, but they can't communicate if we do not have the addresses to recognize these devices on network. That is why we are going to put or to add what you call an IP address. IP address, we learn it in the next slides. Okay, so but the IP address, it is the internet protocol addresses that will help a device connected to network to be recognized. So to apply the IP address, we need to click. Once you click on it, you will have this dialog box. This dialog box will show you physical configuration, desktop, programming, and attributes. So with this physical, simply is to show us how on your real computer how it will look like, and it will show you the port. Okay, you can just look on the computers you have in your computer lab where you are sitting, and then you see the back on the central processing unit. On that system case, you will found this port. This is called the Ethernet port. It means that that cable here we have, it is connected to this port. So now for us, you are coming to apply the IP address. You just come on desktop. Once you click on desktop, you will see IP configuration, because we are going to configure to add an IP address to device so that it will be recognized on network. You click on it, then you need to set the IP address. We are using IPv4 address. This should have 4 segment or 4 part, and the total number of bits in IPv4, it should be 32 bits, and each segment should have 8 bits if we are using a binary notation. If it is in dotted, it means that in dotted notation you should have 4 segments, but each segment varies between 0 up to 255. Sorry. So now here let us apply 10.10.10.1 as a PC number 1. Once you click on subnet mask, we will know what is subnet mask later. So it will be applied, then you click close. You come on the next one, you go on desktop, IP config, then you write 10.10.10.2. you see that they are in the same class. Then about the classes, we'll see it later. Then click on close. So as you see that we finished to apply the IP addresses, so it would be better if we write it so we label, so that you can know that this PC has a certain IP addresses. You come here, okay, this is 10.10.10.1 as a PC number 0. Then here, sorry, this is 10.10.10.2. Good. So now it means that the IP address for the first PC is 10.10.1, 10.10.2. So now, as you see that you are establishing a connection, we need to check if to check the MAC address and the IP addresses of these PCs, how they are configured. You click on it, sorry, okay, you click on it, then you come on command prompt. As you know, in CMD, using CMD command, click on CMD or command prompt, then you write a code or command, sorry, called ipconfig, then you click enter. This will show you the IP address of the first PC. If you don't know, it means that the IP address of the first one is 10.10.1. okay, you can just close, you come on the second one, do the same, ipconfig. You can either check for your computer you are using now. You see that the second one is 10.10.2. So this is the first step, and then we want to check if the connection is well established. It means that this PC can send and receive, can send a message and receive, can send acknowledgement and receive an acknowledgement from another PC. It means that you need to have 4 messages to ensure that the connection is well established. So let us see how to do it. You click, single click, then you come again on command prompt. Okay, so then we are going to write we need to write ping, then 10.10 and 10.1. Then you click OK. So wait until you get 4. Yes, good. It shows us it can send 4 and receive 4. There is no loss. It means that the message will be sent successful on the side of the first PC. Let us check for the second one. Yes, ping 10.10.10.2, enter. Okay, even here there is no problem. Coming back again for a little time, let us check a MAC address. Let us show you how to check MAC address. You can click here, then command prompt, then you can write ipconfig space /or, then enter. Good. This shows you that the physical address of this machine or MAC address of this machine is this one. Here in Packet Tracer, they separate the segment of MAC address with dot, but for the normal computers that you are using, they use a hyphen. But we make sure that the total number of bits are 48. Good. So now, with this one shows that the PC1 can send a message to PC2. So let us have an example here, taking a message here. We want this message to be received here. Okay, so now we can go on simulation. Click on simulation, then you can play messages were sent. Okay, the acknowledgement, you see that the connection is well established. Simply, as a good learners, you can explore yourselves by creating the simple networks, and then you can see, just after being familiar with this Cisco Packet Tracer, you will be able to configure any end devices and the connecting devices so that you can create a network and check the status of the network. Let us have a look here. You see that here at the bottom, in the left side, yes, in the right side, yes, there is where written Rust status. It means that the status of our network is a were successful. Okay, passing. Then the source was PC0 and destination was the PC1. The type or the protocol used is the ISMP. I think you know it in a full. Then you see the time used, and there is no edit, there is no change done on that point. So thank you, and I hope that the time we will meet again we will explore more. As a good learners, try to establish the network connected using Herb. Okay, using Herb. Okay, using switch, and later we'll see how to use router so that you can configure by making a broad or a large network that will be connecting different networks. Thank you for your kind attention, and I hope that you will be enjoying while you're using a Cisco Packet Tracer. See you then.